to the academia in a while. It hasn't changed much, has it? Well, since we've got some time, want to go to the house of Dana? Paimon wants to do some reading! Ha! So you noticed! Well, you're too late. The Paimon you know and love is no more. You're looking at Paimon Plus, a new and improved treasure trove of travel know-how. Paimon Plus would like to find some new books to peruse. A gracious traveler like yourself wouldn't leave her companionless on her quest, right? Come on, this way! Oh, hey! It's Kale and Cyrus! Wonder what's going on. Let's go see! Well... You know what they say? Learning is a lifelong quest. Which means there's always another chance to read a book. But you never know when the next chance to reunite with an old friend will come along.
Traveler, Paimon? You're back in Sumeru?
Ho, hello, you two. It's been a while. Looking to spend time with some old friends?
Yep. We saw some familiar faces, so we came to say hi.
Ho, excuse you, associating me with that woman. And if you're going to remember me that way, you should at least mention my tomato-growing skills.
So he's mad about the Zaha Hadid part and not the old man part?
Well, Paimon's glad to see you in such good spirits, Cyrus. Must mean things are all good here in Sumeru.
Ah, well, it's quite all right. I'm not the type to take offense at that kind of thing.
You definitely are. Anyway, what were you and Kale chatting about just now?
Ah, that. Well, it was quite a spontaneous meeting. I was leaving the sage's office when I spotted Kale in conversation with a Mahamata, and it looked serious. I thought something bad might have happened, so I hurried over as soon as the conversation ended. But as it turns out, our Kale is moving up in the world. The academia even hired her as a consultant.
Wow! That's incredible!
Oh, it's nothing, really.
Look at that, so humble. Takes after me, she does.
Not at all. Not at all. No, wait. I didn't mean that to sound like I don't think you're humble, Mr. Cyrus, because of course you are. I just, Oh, well, I wouldn't even call myself a consultant. I'm just helping out. Now that the new semester has started, a lot of students and scholars are doing fieldwork for their research. But it can be dangerous for those who don't have a lot of experience in the wild. So, the academia is planning to establish an agency that provides guidance on outdoor survival and rescue for people who need it.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So, you're here to explain rainforest survival as a representative of the forest rangers.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, when it comes to tips on deciphering mechanisms or defeating monsters, that's for people who are far more senior than me to handle. And speaking of which, since we're short on manpower, the person in charge at the academia said we're still accepting newcomers. If you're interested, you're welcome to join and share your insights.
Ah, seizing the moment. Well done, Kale. Recruiting someone as capable as the Traveler is a great idea. Oh, and just between the four of us, the Academia has set aside a generous amount of funding for this project.
Well, since Kali's thrown her hat in the ring, we should help out too. What do you say, traveler?
Great! We're all supposed to meet up in Aru Village later, so I guess we'll regroup there. I was kinda worried, since Master Tainari isn't around to help this time, but now I feel much better!
Yeah, even if you don't trust the Academia's eye for talent, you can trust ours for sure.
And mine, of course. I have as good an eye for people as I do for tomatoes.
Well, there you have it.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, speaking of Tainari, how are things with him and the others?
Good, thanks. All the forest rangers are doing great. Oh, but Master Tainari did mention that Sino and Sethos were heading to Gandharvaville. I'm not sure if it's for work or something else.
Huh, knowing them, could just be to play some cards.
I'm not sure. Apparently Sethos is bringing someone else with him too. But with my academia commitment, I didn't have time to ask for more details.
Huh, well now Paimon's curious. Should we go check things out, traveler?
That's true, and I'm sure they've missed you.
Now that is how it should be between friends. Getting together to play cards or enjoy a meal. Yet here I am, stuck with Nephis, who only ever calls to talk about research. Well, I won't delay your reunion any longer. Until next time.
Goodbye, Mr. Cyrus. Take care. All right, I should probably get going too. See you later, guys. Come find me in Aru Village when you're ready.
Looking forward to seeing you shine, Kali. Looks like the whole gang's here. Oh, and Layla's here too. But, oh, she doesn't look too good. Did something happen?
Ah, Paimon, Traveler. It's good to see you. I'd welcome you like a proper host, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Apologies. No need to look that worried. My observations indicate Miss Layla's condition has improved quite a bit. There's no danger to her mind. She's just fatigued and needs some rest. Excuse me for a moment while I blend some calming incense. I'll let you two explain the situation.
All right. What happened was, Sethos and a few members of the Temple of Silence rescued Layla. who was out in the desert trapped in a state of delirium.
She had to be rescued? Oh, that sounds bad.
That's all you're gonna say about it, Sino? I mean, we don't want people jumping to conclusions.
That's all I can say about it. The person involved is unable to explain what happened to her, so we're limited in what we know.
Sorry. My head. Still dizzy. The moons. Exactly how many are there?
She's been repeating that phrase over and over again, but she can't seem to remember what happened to her.
We tried a few things back at the Temple of Silence, but we couldn't recover her memories. Her symptoms are kind of similar to researchers in the Satyavada life state, so we brought her to Tainari to see if our veteran forest watcher had any other ideas.
Tainari is pretty much our last option, so let's hope he can help.
The good news is, even if restoring her memory is a no-go, we can help with the headache at least. Jur was in a similar state when we found him, delirious and mumbling to himself, but he's more or less back to normal now. Sorry, I should give you some context first, huh? We should let Miss Layla get some rest. Come with me, you two, and I'll introduce you to the other victim of this incident.
Good idea. I'll wait for Tainari here and keep an eye on our patient.
All right then, this way.
Who did the Ajalenok nut offend? I just don't get it.
Hey, Jur. Still musing about Aji Laynok nuts, huh? Want me to have Sino come over and tell some jokes? Might help distract you.
No. No need. I'm done. Oh dear. Another master of puns.
One of Sino's card buddies, actually.
I think I might just take that as my cue to head back to the desert.
Hold on. So, what's the deal with the Ashulanok nuts? Other than the bad Sino jokes.
We'll get to that. But first, introductions are in order. This is Jur, a member of the Temple of Silence. And you remember the Traveler, right, Jur?
Of course. I'd never forget a participant in the Rite of Duels or the hero who saved Sumeru.
Awesome. Could you go over what happened to you one more time, Jur? Our valiant hero is gonna help us get to the bottom of this. Might as well join since you're here, am I right? Just hear him out. You're gonna want to uncover this mystery once you do. I'd bet on it.
Well, I was on an expedition in the desert not too long ago, when I got caught in some quicksand. Later, it became obvious it wasn't normal quicksand because instead of sinking to my death, I fell into an undiscovered ruin. In my panic, arms and legs flailing about, I suspect I touched some things I shouldn't have. Because in that brief moment, an enormous amount of information came surging into my mind. I would hesitate to even call it knowledge, because my brain had no capacity to process the information. To use an analogy, it would be like trying to stuff thousands of Ajalenok nuts into a small water skin without it bursting. Sorry again with the Ajalenok nuts, I know.
It's fine. We're getting to that part of the story anyway.
True. Well, just as I was on the verge of madness, a single phrase broke through the storm of thoughts in my head. It was a man's voice saying, "Don't eat Ajalenok nuts."
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but that's what happened. I was saved by the phrase, "Don't eat Ajalenok nuts." I'm not sure. I'm not even certain it was a man's voice. It's hard to remember now that I've been repeating it so much myself. Anyway, the good news is I no longer feel like my head is going to explode. Of course, the bad news is that phrase has been stuck in my head for the past few days.
Wow. But doesn't it have the opposite effect? Like, the more you say don't eat it, the more you want to eat it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Whoever the voice belongs to, I don't know what his deal is with those nuts.
Well, the world's a big place. There's bound to be people who don't like sweet stuff.
I suppose. Strangely enough, I'm starting to think the voice belonged not to a man, but a cat.
A cat? How?
That's the question, isn't it? What would a cat be doing in an abandoned ruin like that? Just as my mind was reaching its breaking point, I could have sworn I heard the sound of a cat guiding me to exit. But when I came to, all I saw was endless desert, and Sethos shaking me in a desperate attempt to wake me up.
I'll admit, it was pretty terrifying seeing you like that. Staring off into space and mumbling about Aji nuts.
You sure don't sound terrified.
Sorry. It's not that I don't care. It's just kind of hard for rambling about Aji nuts to sound menacing. Now, what Layla was saying, on the other hand, that is much creepier. Exactly. The unknown is what breeds fear. Aji nuts are familiar. But the moon suspended above us at night? That's about as foreign as it gets.
Well, we don't know that for sure. There could be a whole other world inside an Ajilenak nut, with a moon of its own.
Huh. I guess.
Ajilenak nuts are not to be underestimated.
Right, yeah, of course. Won't catch me disparaging the mighty Ajilenak nut. No, sir.
Huh. So, a similar thing happened to Layla then?
Yeah, I think so. I was in a hurry to rescue Jur, so I put a marker on the incident site so we could go back and investigate. When his condition stabilized, we doubled back around to check and... Exactly. Multiple victims with the same symptoms at the same location. It wasn't hard to conclude that something is seriously wrong with that place. So, after we got Layla out of there, I had the Temple of Silence put up a warning sign at the scene and send patrols to watch the area. Speaking of, Sino, Tainari, and I are going to head back there and investigate once Layla is stable. So, as per usual, you're here just in time. That's for sure. But there's another reason I want Sino and Tainari involved in this. Because the story doesn't end there. Right, Jer?
Oh, yes. Where was I? The Ajilenak nuts butted in and I... Right. Yes, the cat. As I followed the cat noises, the voice said something else. So, there are those from Tula who still endure. I thought that was strange, of course, because, well, was the voice referring to me? Records of my ancestry are rather sparse, so I'm not sure if my bloodline even traces back to that place.
That's right. The Temple of Silence's place of origin. And the home of Tainari's people. Plus, Harmonubis, who Sino and I both share a connection to, was one of the city's founders. As the temple's current leader, if something strange happens in the desert, it's my job to get to the bottom of it. But it turns out, a lot of people have a horse in this race, and I'm not leaving any of them out. See? Knew you'd join. But yeah, that's all we know about Jur's situation. Tainari should be done on his end. Let's head back and check on Miss Layla.